Bear With Me Pod, Episode 1. It is October the 14th. It's Friday. Wish it was Friday the 13th. That'd be cooler. Mitch, how's it going?
It's going pretty well. How are you?
You know, we're here in the basement. We're watching Friday Night SmackDown. That man just ripped off his shirt.
Oh, my God. He has nipple piercings.
That he does.
I didn't think he'd have him in while he was actually wrestling.
No. Those stay in, I'm afraid.
What if they get freaking yanked out?
I wouldn't want to find out.
Jeez, a whiz.
So tomorrow, Penn State, Michigan. What do you think?
Yeah, so Penn State, Michigan tomorrow. Oh, boy. I mean, we played like dog shit when we played against Northwestern.
Yeah, we did.
It was bad. It was not good. I mean, I will give it to him. It was raining, and it was not very good.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's your job, and I don't care about the weather. So if you're going to go and, was it 3 fumbles and 2 picks?
Yeah, like 5 turnovers.
Yeah, it was not pretty. But, tomorrow, I think it's going to be anywhere between Penn State loses by like 2 or 3 touchdowns, or we win by 4 to 5 points at most. I don't think I
would agree. I would say 3 max, honestly.
I don't picture a scenario in which we come out and we, give it to them, at least for the whole game. Because we.
No, I agree. I mean, Michigan's, they're solid this year. They only had 1 close call, I think, right? When they played Minnesota or something, maybe. I forget who they played someone earlier this year, in week 3. It was kind of a close game. And then they just blew it out in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, they're solid.
I'll tell you what, when I was up at Penn State, I paid attention to that stuff like crazy. And now it's like back home, the football team I care about is the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that's very painful as of late.
True, it's awful. The Steelers are bad right now.
But at least we have the Penguins.
I'm so happy to have hockey back. I cannot express my love for the Penguins enough. At
the game last night, they won. They scored 3 goals in the first 5 minutes, 10 seconds. It was incredible.
First 5 minutes.
But I was thinking of hockey. Like, imagine any other sport, right? You score a touchdown, you score a goal in soccer, or whatever it is, and everyone that's on the field of play, the court, the ice, whatever, not the ice because we're talking about hockey, but everyone that's out there, what if they all started just like throwing punches? If it's any other sport, there's going to be ejections, there's going to be penalties, and hockey, 100%. They're just like,
baseball, you push someone, you're definitely out.
Yeah.
You kick dirt on the umpire, you are out of the
game. I guess you have the bench clearing brawls in baseball, but I don't know, in hockey it's like all 6 guys were fighting. We're fine. No penalties, no nothing.
Maybe like 2 miscellaneous roughing calls, but that's
didn't even do that last night.
No,
I mean, the guy who had the funny last name went low on Malkin in the first, and it was just chippy from there on out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was on the Flyers for a while. I forget his name.
Goth Sphere something? I think it's...
Goss Despair.
That's it.
Goss Despair. Yeah. He went real low on Malkin. He, straight up leaned over and went underneath.
Yeah. Did you see the stat? I saw it on Twitter after the game. It said the Penguins are 96... I think it was 96, 9-4 in games in which both Malkin and Crosby score.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's
pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, they should try and have the both of them score some more, in the same game.
I would agree. I mean, I think we just need to win every single game, so I'm cool with that too.
Yeah, I mean, there were chants afterwards breaking out where they're like, "We want the cup, we want the cup," yeah. And I tried to start an 82-0 chant, but no one would join in.
No one tagged along on 82.
I can't believe it.
It's like people don't know how many games the Penguins play in a season.
Yeah,
that's
garbage. Right. They were probably sitting there checking the math. Like 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's 82 of these every year.
Does the Winter Classic count regularly? Is that an extra one?
No, Winter Classic is
that's a regular one.
Regular season, yeah.
What else?
Yeah, shout out Penguins.
Yeah, thank God.
Thank God they're back, and the Pirates are in the off season, so that's great.
Yeah,
can't wait to pick up no players.
Pirates came to a merciful end. I think they just need to let the young guys play. In terms of if I'm signing anyone, I'm going to try and sign a guy that's either an old guy that you're going to trade at the trade deadline, or even before that.
I would agree.
Or you're going to, I'd sign a younger guy, maybe a guy that's in his mid-20s, and time to a long-term deal where he's
pitching needs work bad.
I think they could have some
specifically the bullpen.
I think they could have some interesting starters.
I honestly think Mitch Keller has promise after this year. I mean, he dropped his ERA from like 6.5 to like just over 2.
Yeah, but it was.
So it wasn't.
I think
terrible.
it was just under 4, but yeah, and in the span of time, it was really nice. But we'll see. We'll be there next summer, supporting them because we have. I think they're what do you call it? Brain damage.
Yeah,
that's why we're there.
I would say that's better. I mean, we have enough brain damage to at least go and buy tickets.
Yeah.
And you with the season, and then I go buy. We both buy hats, and
it's a half season.
True, it's a half season, but it's enough games, especially when you were in New Jersey
for
half this year.
I sat behind, did the home plate club twice.
Yeah. How was home plate club? Let's
fantastic.
Let's talk about that.
You get a buffet before the game with real nice stuff. I had brisket, chicken,
just included.
Yeah, with your ticket, and then
God.
during the game, back behind home plate, they have I hate to call it a concession stand, but they have a bar you can go buy your alcohol. Or if you want, your basic Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite water, you want hot dogs, little pretzels, you want candy, chips, all that's included too.
It's all included.
Yeah, so it's easy just to go back there and
that's
slam some dogs. Yeah.
I mean, how much money do you probably save on the food alone? I mean, I don't know how much a ticket is. I think a ticket goes like $400 or something like that.
It was only $300. Thank you.
Only $300. That's not bad. Well, you were using.
Yeah, no, I wasn't paying anything extra, but it certainly wasn't. I'd have to.
So you were getting wined and dined.
I think I would have needed about 200 hot dogs for that to be just to break.
If it was $1
even on that.
Yeah.
No, you got to pay for the dollar.
Brisket. Yeah, brisket though. So like brisket's got to be worth like $30.
It was okay.
It
was okay. But it was a nice little bar.
Is it better than Rail Yard?
Yes, I think.
Wow, better than Rail Yard?
I don't know.
That's impressive.
All I remembered was I ordered a rum and Coke, and I don't drink much, so there's a lot of rum. It was
a little bit of a heavy pour.
Yeah, it felt like it. I almost wanted to be like, hey, can you add more Coke to my rum and Coke?
Did it taste like cleaner?
I think I had a cup of water next to me, and I watered down my rum and Coke. That's what we did there.
Was that included or was that extra?
I had to pay for the rum and Coke. The water's free.
Oh my! Okay, so you got the free water to water down the rum.
Yeah, I had the water before, and I said, you know what? I'm living the high life. Alcohol.
That's fair then. I mean, you're still making out on all the other stuff, I guess.
Oh, it was phenomenal.
What is happening on this TV now? Okay, for those listening, it is we currently have Friday Night SmackDown on in the background because we are children and we will watch this. And I don't know what's going on. Logan, interpret this for me.
SmackDown is my out of the two brands, it's the one I know the least about. More of a Raw guy.
We are going to SmackDown in Pittsburgh in December. I'm actually quite excited for that. I haven't been to a WWE live event probably since 2013, if I had to take it.
I've never been to one.
You've never been to one? It's a great time.
I haven't had the same thought you did about Pat McAfee. Said, is he going to be back? And
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know because he's doing his college game day thing. He's busy. He's got his Pat McAfee show, talks to Aaron Rodgers and whoever else.
The real question is, are there any major football games that are eligible for game day on December 10th? Because if there are, then he probably won't be there and he'll probably be traveling.
So
now, if he comes close to here, though, like if they go to like Penn State or something, I could see him showing.
Isn't that like the first week of the bowl season though, for like your Harvards and your other small schools? I don't know. I don't.
Might be.
I don't look at the college football as much. So, I mean, the way I see it, there's a chance.
Penn State only.
The way I see it, there's a chance.
I like the chance. It's SmackDown, which he was on, right? Wasn't he an announcer for SmackDown? Okay, so there's like 2 he's from Pittsburgh.
I'd be more interested to see if Undertaker shows up from Steel City Con.
That'd be great. I would be very happy.
I don't think he will, but
maybe like an in-house thing.
If he shows up, he's showing up on TV. I don't think he's going to show up on a small thing. If he's there, he's still a moneymaker.
That's true. That is true.
But if he's there, we'll be there. Speaking of being there, Mitch, tonight we saw the fabled movie, the much anticipated Halloween Ends.
That's right, we did just see Halloween Ends. We are literally probably no more than an hour out of the theater.
It started at 5:30.
Yep.
About 5:45
went 2 hours.
Yeah.
we came here and started recording.
Before we get there, though, the OG Halloween, 19, whatever year it was, I want to say 78, but I
Sure.
could be wrong.
I think that's about
Because
right.
I think it was 2018 was 40 years.
Correct. No, yeah, you're
So
right then. It's
78.
78.
I don't, I don't know what your thoughts are on it, but I think it's like maybe the best horror movie because it has
You're talking about OG
the
Halloween.
OG Halloween. It has
It's very high on my list.
I think it's realistic in a sense that it's just a guy that shows up and starts killing people. It's
Yes,
not,
I would agree.
you get into the later movies, they start introducing all the magic and the supernatural stuff maybe, but it's just a guy that goes around and starts wanting to kill people in a Bill Shatner mask.
The Shape.
Yeah, and it's I don't think kids today would like it because it's a lot of suspense. It's not like
No, it's definitely it rides the line of thriller in a sense that it's always building up to something else in that movie.
yeah. I hate I don't want to use the phrase psychological horror, but it's
It definitely shows signs of what psychological thriller horrors have become today.
he's not going around and murdering dozens and dozens
yeah.
of people. I'd be curious to see what his kill count is. Shout out to the Dead Meat YouTube channel. They do great videos on the kill counts. I don't know what their number is right now. I'm not looking it up.
Is the Dead Meat channel the one that makes those cool music videos? Or no, who is that?
No, that you're thinking of the Merkins. They do the
Shout out Merkins.
Shout out
That was-
Merkins. They do the
Their music videos are hilarious. That Leatherface one.
yeah.
Oh my god.
They
I
do
was
these
dying.
horror music parodies. So the one they do is "I'll Kill You That Way" by the Slash Street Boys.
You that way?
They do, instead of "Careless Whisper," it's "Careless Sister." And Michael Myers instead of George Michael. The one Mitch referred to with Leatherface was what was it?
Wasn't that Slay Your Way, or what was that? What was that?
No, that one was it's I forget what the song's called.
Shoot.
But he's in a bar. He's singing the song. All the different versions of Leatherface. He's swinging a chainsaw around.
Yeah.
I got friends. They wear leather faces.
Friends in Low Places.
That's
Garth
it.
Brooks. There we go.
Saw them down on a daily basis. But I
Oh
got
my god, hilarious.
I got no friends because I wear their faces. But we'll get to those horror movies another day.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. Back to Halloween now. So you're saying Halloween might be your favorite. The original OG 1978 Halloween is probably your favorite horror movie of all time.
I think so.
Okay, so going into this new trilogy, did you watch the movies as they came out, or did you hit it more towards did you watch? I know you said you watched Kills.
Yeah, no. So I've
when it came out.
I saw 2018 up at State College because we were up at Penn State when that came out. I really enjoyed it.
I would agree.
It's partially like a remake in a lot of ways. I don't think that's a surprise to anyone.
It's just a remake with 40 years.
Yeah,
Everyone's
and
40
it
years older.
Kind of flips them around where, and instead of Michael hunting Lori, Jamie Lee Curtis, it's she's hunting Michael.
Yeah,
and
it's fun. I like that movie.
it's very good. You see the trauma that comes with that kind of thing. There's all the other movies. I think Halloween 2 is also solid, probably for a lot of the reasons I like Halloween Kills, which we'll get to.
Yes.
I think the things that some of the movies mess up is I think that the Laurie Strode character, obviously she's not. I'm trying to remember what year some horror movies came out. She was one of the original Final Girls.
No, she was.
But she wasn't. I don't think she was special. I think it could have been any one of her friends that were baby. It just happened that she was babysitting that night. If one of her friends was babysitting and Laurie was trying to get some, which I mean she was.
I see what you're saying. The story could have taken multiple.
I mean that's. I think that's what makes it so good. Is it can happen to anyone. I think we've all maybe not done babysitting, but something similar where it's like, hey, we're home alone. It's like,
here comes Psycho Killer.
it could be us.
He's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
No, I agree though. So you saw? Did you see Halloween Kills then right when it came out as well?
Yeah, I did.
Or?
Went and saw that one myself at, I think it was in South Hills.
Okay, so you actually saw it.
Oh,
I've
seen-
You didn't stream it. I got you. So Halloween. So out of the three movies, should we dive into what your rankings are, or do you want to go over what Halloween Ends?
I don't know if
how
I can
it
rank
was?
them. So starting with the Halloween, the sequel to Halloween, but not a
Sure.
sequel to Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yes.
Not an
Halloween
original joke.
2018.
Halloween 2018. Halloween.
The first movie in this new trilogy.
Halloween 40 years later. I think it was pretty solid. I think it was a good way to relaunch things. I think what you see happening now with a lot of these legacy sequels, requels, remakes, whatever you want to call them, I think you see a lot of people that grew up on the originals. I mean, Force Awakens was very similar. You see a lot of people that grew up on this stuff.
Lots of nostalgia.
Yeah, well, people that grew up and appreciated it, and they actually put a lot of time and thought and care into what a sequel would look like.
Correct.
I wish they wouldn't have initially signed. They signed these contracts. It's like, oh, it's a 3-picture deal. It's like, okay, well, we know one of them's probably good then.
Yeah. Exactly.
I liked the granddaughter. What's her name? Allison.
Yes.
Pretty
Allison.
good.
Great character.
Good. Not nice.
Honestly, really good character arc for her through the first two. The third one is
We'll get there. We'll get that one. Yeah. I didn't.
it's fun.
I liked her in the first one because she, there was her. I forget what her boyfriend's name was. I did not rewatch them before Mitch
Yeah,
did.
he was Bonnie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bonnie. When they dressed up as Bonnie and Clyde for the Halloween party, he was Bonnie, and I forget his name. Was it Cameron?
Yes.
Cameron.
I think it's Cameron. We'll call him Cameron. I liked it.
I just watched these like 2 days ago. I should
Yeah,
definitely know
you
his
should.
name.
I liked that she was strong. I don't want to say strong, but she's like, listen, babe, like you're kind of a bad person. I'm gonna dump you.
Yeah.
And then the Halloween Kills, they kind of reconcile a little bit. I mean, it's only a few hours later. I don't know.
Right at the
I wasn't crazy about that, but
Yeah.
you know what? Whenever there's a 6'5", however tall he is, man going around killing people, maybe set some things aside.
Yeah, seriously. Maybe you forget that he was drunk and kissed that girl.
At the high school party. Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Their friend, the third, he was.
Oh, the chubby
Yeah,
guy?
the
Oh my
miniature
gosh, what was his name?
Josh Gad as dead meat. Put it. He kind of got what was coming to him.
I think his name was Daniel.
Doesn't matter. He's dead.
Yeah, he died. He went through a freaking gate post.
He tried making his move on Allison, and she's like, "What are you doing?"
He did. He was very aggressive.
He was there. I mean, he was probably drunk out of his
very
mind
funny,
too.
actually.
Um,
Halloween Kills was.
well, hold on.
I liked how Halloween Kills picked up exactly where Halloween.
That's
ended.
what I really liked
And there
about
was
Halloween 2.
Yes.
If you,
So it's like the exact same thing where it's like it goes straight into the next movie. All you're doing is changing scenes between movie 1 and 2, and you could splice them together and make it one.
So I wanted to ask you before we move on to Halloween Kills. What did you think of
Yes.
the doctor in Halloween 2018? Dr. Sartain, the new Loomis.
Oh.
I think he was kind of a crazy guy. And that's...
I mean, he was definitely he was
Okay.
nuts. He was nuts.
I think the one thing that his character got to do was show you that, I don't think in the original one, I don't really think Michael was hunting Laurie. And, you talk about 2018 Halloween. I mean, the only reason that they're...
You're thinking that it was him pushing Michael to do these things?
Well, I mean, the only reason that they're together in the final portion of the third act in Halloween 2018 is because he drives to the Strode house where she's at.
True.
He's not hunting her down. He's just in the car, and then she drives there. Dr. Sartain drives him there.
Does he get iced at the end of that first one? Yeah,
he's
that's
dead.
what I thought. I was gonna say he gets iced because he pulls out that pen thing and jabs
He jabs,
Hawkins.
who you think is dead, but he survives for Halloween
He's
Kills
laying
and
there,
ends.
and then Bonnie, Cameron stumbles upon him and he's like, "Oh
Yeah,
shoot,
that's
we
in
should probably help."
Halloween Kills.
Yeah, right at the beginning of Halloween Kills.
And then I really thought, the ending to the Halloween 2018, obviously they're going to do another one. I thought locking him in the basement for the house that's on fire. I thought that was going to be like, I was curious to see, how are they going to get out of this one? He's got,
I thought that was cool.
but haven't,
He hid in the weapons locker.
well, sending the fire department, even then, sending the fire department there, it's like, that's an easy solution. I can't believe I didn't think of it. Where it's like, yeah, they're going to go put this fire out so they don't burn down the whole town.
Yep.
And then they'll
get him
Yeah.
out.
And then he gets out. He kills some people with the saw.
I thought it was cool how he did use the weapons locker though to like make sure like he wasn't gonna just burn alive.
See, I feel like
down in the thing. I feel like he probably would have survived it either way.
I think every Halloween movie is just expanding the geography and the layout of places, and it's like you better learn these layouts because they're going to be important. 'Cause what else in the Halloween Kills? They have the flashbacks, and it's like, where's Michael hiding? He's hiding in this closet
you're
that
right.
maybe shouldn't exist.
I didn't think about that.
Those flashbacks were really good, really well done. They look like deleted footage or lost footage.
Yeah, like cut scenes.
Yeah. Another comparison: Halloween 2, Halloween Kills. You remember at the beginning? So Halloween Kills, there's the other guy that escapes with Michael, and the whole town thinks he's Michael, so they hunt him down, mistaken identity. Do you remember at the beginning of Halloween 2, whenever that guy, the police officer, drives his vehicle?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
There's a guy walking around with the same outfit as Michael Myers on. It's Ben Tramer. That's the chick or the dude Laurie's trying to get with.
Yeah.
And the officer just sees him and he's like, "I'm going to go 50 miles an hour and ram this man into this van." And
I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, incredible.
That is true. Oh my gosh! And they mistake the other.
And then
What's it called?
I think there's a bunch of other people that have the outfit on and they're like hiding in the woods. And Loomis is ready to smoke them.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But Halloween 2 is for another day. Halloween Kills.
True. Halloween Kills.
Evil Dies Tonight. I think it's really funny. I think that's really funny. And not to go too psychological on you, but it's like evil. What is evil? And it's like it's a human.
It's very objective or subjective.
Well, it's like that's a human emotion that's going to happen no matter what. And to think that you're going to like kill it tonight, like I don't know. That was.
No, Halloween Kills is solid.
Leans into the supernatural, which I'm not crazy about.
It does, and that's why I was gonna say I don't want to rank him yet, but that is probably my least favorite of the three. Having seen Halloween Ends once, and it was an hour ago, so very fresh on that. But I don't know.
I want to watch the alternate. There's an alternate ending for Halloween Kills. I'd be curious to see if it's just Mike.
Is it available anywhere?
I think I have it on Blu-ray. I need to go check it out.
Oh.
But I think it's just whenever Michael gets stabbed with the pitchfork, he's just like he's dead. It's as simple as that.
Halloween Ends doesn't even happen.
Yeah, I think that would be it.
He gets stabbed with a pitchfork and then just stands up. He kills like 2 more people before the end of the movie.
Yeah, and then there's like young Michael in the mirror, and then Judy Greer, Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter dies, and it's like, you know what?
Karen.
It's fine. Yeah, her name was Karen. That's right.
Yeah, Karen gets iced. She's like, oh my god, I love that when they're like when they have kills like that in the movies where she like they're out in the street, everything's basically like resolved, and then she looks up and sees him in the window, and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna go up there and see if that's actually him.
Well,
and then she goes up there.
But if I recall correctly, she saw young Michael. She didn't see.
She did see young Michael.
She didn't see old Michael. So it's like, what's going on? You know.
So it's almost like he used like.
It was his inner mind. Yeah. I think for me, the supernatural part is whenever he gets like beaten with baseball bats and stabbed with pitchforks and shot.
You mean when he gets stabbed in the heart like 4 times?
And he's fine.
Stands up.
Yeah. I don't think if I got stabbed with a pitchfork once, I think I'm dead.
There's a lot of that in Halloween Ends. By the way, this is a full spoilers discussion.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Leave now.
I was gonna say
if you don't want to hear anything about Halloween Ends because it's coming.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay?
I guess we're saying we've given you a year to talk about. Here's what we'll do. We've given you your 2 years in your year to see Halloween and Halloween Kills. You've had 44 years to see the original Halloween. Halloween Ends. Try not to spoil it. What did you think, Mitch?
Okay, my non-spoiler review. I'll give it. Oh man, it's hard to do non-spoiler because it is like. I mean, it's there's so much that happens. Very good way to end the trilogy. I would rate it on a scale of 10. I would give it like a 7.8 out of 10.
Would you recommend people out there go see it?
If you've seen the first 2 in this trilogy, absolutely, you cannot miss this one.
If I'm a fan who likes going out there and see Michael Myers just stab and slash and kill, should I go see it?
100%.
Okay.
100%. If you are a fan of the Michael Myers is a killer and he's going to kill you. Movie type, go see it.
Okay,
right now. But definitely watch the first 2 in the trilogy first.
See, I'm
Like, you're gonna need.
I'm gonna disagree with you there. If you're someone that wants to see Michael go out and just kill, kill, and kill, and add to his body count, I wouldn't go see it. I don't think.
Well, here's my only thing. My only thing about you're saying that
I-
people can go see Halloween Ends without having seen the first two. Is that what
No,
you're
I'm saying if you want to go see Michael Myers kill a lot of people, then this is the wrong movie to go see. Go watch Halloween's 4, 5, or 6.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, you're saying Michael Myers.
I'm saying, yeah, if you're
before we get into
if
the
you've
spoilers,
become a
yes.
fan of Michael Myers,
Okay,
I
can
think
agree.
it works well as a horror movie. I think the thing that brings it down is the fact that it's tied into the Halloween franchise. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Blumhouse or whoever else, one of the writers, had like this script lying around, and they're like, "This is a decent script. What should we do?" And they're like, "Throw Halloween on it. Do some rewrites to tie him in, and go."
This is Halloween now.
Yeah. But you know,
I can definitely see where you're saying that. 100 for Halloween.
I guess
100%.
I guess it does bring a sense of closure. So if you're looking for that, I guess go watch it.
If you've seen the first two in this trilogy, definitely go see it. If you have not seen the first two in this trilogy, I would not go see it before seeing those two because this was last year. I saw Halloween Kills got released, and I was like, "Oh, it's on HBO Max." I was throwing it
You
on.
watch it before Halloween.
Yes,
You
and
dummy.
I threw it on, and the first scene is Cameron cross-dressed as Bonnie, and I was like, "What is happening right now? What is going
The
on?"
good old gender bender Bonnie
I
and
was
Clyde.
so confused. I was like, "Is this guy like what's going on?" And he just finds Hawkins dead or like basically dying,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Did I miss a movie?" And then I was like, "Oh yeah, I definitely did miss."
Did
a
I
movie.
miss a movie? Well, you missed 2.
Yeah, I missed a movie. So I went back and watched Halloween 2018, and then watched Halloween Kills, and now having seen Halloween Ends. So yeah, if you've seen the first two, definitely see it.
Okay, spoiler time.
Yeah, so log off if you haven't seen Halloween Ends.
Yeah,
yet.
or
Bookmark this and
or
watch it later.
Or stay if you haven't seen it, you don't care.
Yeah, if you want to know everything about the movie
Yeah.
right now, we're gonna give it
So
to you.
Act 1, it starts off and it's a warm summer day. No, that's not how it starts.
Yeah, no, it does not.
I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a cold open.
It is one heck of a cold open. It is awesome.
What do you think of the Corey character? I think the transformation is a little rushed, but overall, I think it's very good.
Definitely rushed. Everything in this movie happens over the course of 4 days.
Well,
except for the cold open. The cold open's 4 years before the actual movie. So you start the movie and it's a cold open with Corey, and he is babysitting for a family who's going to a Halloween party, and their son needs watched. So he comes in late notice to come watch this kid.
And this Corey kid is kind of a dweeb, a little bit, a little nerdy,
definitely.
and he
Definitely a little
he
bit
gets a little scared. And without saying too much, I don't know. I want to spoil it, but you know,
Let's just say he plays hide and seek with the kid.
yeah, the kid played hide and seek.
traps
The
him.
kid plays hide and seek with him.
Yeah, true. The kid plays hide and seek with him. The kid traps him, and then he's trying to get out of the place where he is trapped and ends up killing the
Yeah,
kid.
very.
It is a 100% accident.
Yeah,
But with that being said,
he's the.
as soon as it happens, the parents walk in, and that's the
I
cold
was gonna say that the parents walk in and they hear Corey yell, "I'm going to kill you, Jeremy."
That's true. It
And
was
then-
a playful, I'm going to kill you, but it turns out he did, in fact, ice
Makes
him.
me think of the scene in The Other Guys whenever they're talking to the guy that's about to jump off the ledge.
You think I'm thinking aim for the bushes.
No, there's that. I was thinking.
Oh, you're talking about
Whenever Mark-
David Wallace from The Office when he's up on the roof.
Oh, look,
and
he's
like,
flying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then you meet this Corey character, and you're thinking, all right, it's an open, and
Yeah, so just
You better get-
Corey is a murderer.
you better get
He-
used
he
to
has
him.
murdered this child. on
hold
accident.
on, he killed him. Murder.
He murdered him on accident. It's a
No,
murder.
just say killed.
It's a
He kills
homicide.
a kid. Not the same murder.
All right. So yes, the cold open happens, and they start to.
Yeah, they use the credits are. I don't know if you noticed this. They're Halloween 3 text with the
Yes.
blue.
I like.
You know, Halloween 3. Was it? 8 more days till Halloween. 8 more days till Halloween.
Yes.
Silver Shamrock.
Yes.
The one. The original idea for Halloween as a series was going to be all a bunch of anthology.
I actually did not.
Yeah, so the idea was going to be a bunch of anthology films centered around Halloween. In the first one was Michael Myers. There was the idea for the masks in Halloween 3, which is something. But
I didn't know any of that actually. That's pretty
yeah,
cool. I don't know much lore. on
well,
Michael
yeah.
Myers.
So
just
I
enjoyed
want to
the
read
movies.
into it more, see if there are any other ideas. But they made
Yeah.
the first one. The first one did really well, and they're like, "You need to make another Mike Myers movie." And John Carpenter's like, "I don't want to," and they're like, "That's too bad."
We don't care.
So they make Halloween 2, which is another Michael Myers one. They make Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. We'll watch that at some point. A bunch of masks turn
get to
kids
all
into
these
bugs.
We'll get to all these.
Yeah,
Eventually.
that's right.
We're looking at this for fun, man.
The way I see it, I'm closer to 1 million subscribers than PewDiePie is.
That's right. That is
St-
technically 100%.
Yeah, that is correct.
And it's not even close. You have
Yeah.
a way closer
I only need
chance of
a
getting
million more.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, no. You have 4 right
No,
now.
too many. That's too many. I haven't earned them.
Shout out 4 subscribers, even though they're all me.
But yeah, so then they did the Halloween 3. It didn't do as well because people are like, where's Michael Myers? And then Halloween 4 comes along. At this point, John Carpenter's off. He doesn't care. Gentleman by the name of Mustafa Akkad takes over. And then you get some great films.
Quick side note, John Carpenter was at Steel City Con last time I went. It cost a fortune to say hi to him.
Was it the same? Did it?
First off, his line was like ridiculously long. Just to literally say hi to him, you would probably wait in line for 3 hours.
So, I mean, Undertaker's like $250, $225. Is it that much?
I think John Carpenter was $400.
What?
It was.
You say 4?
$400.
No, thank you.
400.
No, thank you.
400 for a personal photo op, and he didn't have autograph prices listed, so I'm assuming it was just like you go up and pay for it, like when you wait in line.
Well, hey, let's give John Carpenter credit. Maybe 400 to get you both.
Dude, shout out John
Yeah,
Carpenter. He's made some damn good movies.
I was gonna say, well, you noticed today Halloween Ends. They watched The Thing.
Correct,
John
they did.
Carpenter remade it back in the day. The OG Halloween. They're watching the original Thing from Another Planet
Yep,
movie.
This is true.
Carpenter knows what he's doing. He also wasn't he one that the Carpenter did Escape from New York. Am I making that
Yes.
up, Kurt Russell?
Yes, I believe you're correct.
My mind is an enigma. All over the place. Halloween Ends. So yeah, Corey.
All right, so back to Halloween.
Get used to Corey. Corey is a main player. He is the main player.
Corey is 100% the main character in this.
You have Laurie Strode and her granddaughter. Laurie Strode is kind of
Laurie
vulgar.
and Allison. Yes, she has gotten very vulgar.
Which
she says F words many times.
Feels very 2022.
It does.
She talks about her.
It feels like they tried to make her edgy.
I was gonna say yeah. She swears. She leaves pies in the oven. She talks about lady parts.
That's also true. She says tits like 3 times.
Yeah, and then at one point
there's
it's
that.
not just saying it. It's like she paints a picture. Nonetheless, those
No, she does.
your players.
She's trying to get with Frank the whole movie.
Frank's trying to get with her the whole movie.
That's true.
Come on now, Cherry.
Frank is trying. He is wooing.
2 words.
Laurie.
Cherry blossoms.
Yes, it's very true. Very true.
But sorry, the good old Firefly Funhouse gang back, SmackDown. I don't care about these people in the ring, but
Shifting back to SmackDown.
Bray Wyatt's back,
Wyatt,
baby.
He is back, and he's coming out, I believe, very soon because they just teased his Firefly logo.
I'll tell you what, they did the same thing on Raw this
On
past
the
week, though,
screen.
with DX. They'd flash the logo, they'd flash some stuff, and then it's like, oh, you said Bray Wyatt would be here, and they lied. Triple H, you're a liar.
You think they're gonna stretch it out to like a big event?
I don't
like
know.
that? What's that one coming up in Saudi Arabia or something?
The Crown Jewel, yeah.
Yeah, maybe they stretch it. There it is, Logan Paul.
Yeah,
Oh my
Logan
God.
Paul. That's
Unbelievable.
second most famous Logan on YouTube.
Anyone listening to this that's like, I want to hear about Halloween Ends. We're like, okay, so
Yeah.
he's a main character.
Yeah.
And Logan Paul. Oh my God.
I acknowledge Roman Reigns as my tribal chief. But,
Yeah, dude.
all right.
All right, so back to Halloween Ends. So
Corey gets picked on by.
Yes.
It's funny because I don't know if you noticed, the high schoolers want to go buy alcohol before the Friday night football game. I assume
this
it's
is
Friday night.
100%. This is true.
I could look up a calendar.
Also, they're not football players as one would
Right.
expect. They are in fact marching.
Yeah, that's
band
correct.
kids.
But
These 4 marching band kids roll up on him and just pay.
well, they roll up to the store. They're trying to buy alcohol.
Yes.
They're in their band uniforms.
Yes, they are. Meaning the game is near.
The one kid has a varsity jacket on that says 2023 on it. So
Does it really?
Yeah, I don't know what their plan was to walk in there with like high school crap on, with clearly high schoolers, and buy. Nonetheless, these kids, they're some of the antagonists of the film. Through you have Allison and Corey, they get together. Is it
Correct.
4? You said it's 4 days. How do we know it's 4 days, Mitch?
Okay, so in the beginning of the movie, when Laurie is writing, so throughout this movie, Laurie is writing a memoir. So she's writing a memoir about all of her Michael Myers events and experiences and stuff. And so in the beginning of the movie, you get introduced while she's writing a paragraph in her memoir. In that paragraph, or before the paragraph starts, it says it is 4 days before Halloween in 2020 or in 2019.
I know she says it's been 4 years since he's shown up.
It's been 4 years and it's 4 days till
Okay.
Halloween. Yes, correct.
So this all takes place over 4 days.
All happens over 4 days. Basically, Allison and what's
Corey.
his name again? Corey. Yeah, they fall in love over 4 days, and a lot of.
I think Corey is certainly a guy that. So yeah, he murdered this kid, killed this kid 3 years ago.
Yeah,
he's been an outcast and lonely boy ever since, and now he's getting some attention. Things are moving fast. But
correct.
Corey. So one thing I thought about. Corey's kills get progressively more. I don't want to say meaningful. They progress. So he starts off.
They progress in brutality.
Well, he kills the kid on accident, right?
Yes, he kills the kid on accident. 100%. 4 years before any other.
Right,
kills.
and then next is the hobo.
Yes, he kills a hobo outside of Michael Myers' sewer dungeon.
Yep.
I'll call
it. But that you mean I don't want to call that self-defense per se, but the hobo pulled the knife first and he killed him with his own knife.
This is true.
So
I think that kind of fueled.
Well,
it kind of gave him some. So this is what I think happened. I think he went in there because he went into the sewer thing, or he got drugged into the sewer.
John Hamm is Santa Claus.
What? Oh my
John
God.
Hamm is Santa Claus.
All right.
So I felt the need to interrupt Mitch to tell you that. It's very important.
There's a commercial.
It's never too early to decorate for Christmas, even if it is
That's right.
Friday the 13th plus
this will
one.
Be posted in the next couple of days, and I just want to say, go out there and buy
we made Penn State predictions. We didn't make Steeler predictions, but by the time this is out, it will not have mattered.
No, we're gonna lose. Doesn't matter. We're playing Tom Brady. He's 12-3 against us in his career.
Have you seen the injuries?
Yeah, but I still don't think there's hope.
Anyways, so you were talking about his kills getting progressively more brutal and whatnot.
What I think what happened here is that he gets drugged into the sewer the first time by Michael Myers. Michael Myers does that little choke thing to him in the sewer the first time when he wakes up. I think that same thing happened to the hobo. I think the hobo was too weak to kill Corey, and I think Corey flipped it on him, and then Michael Myers basically through that took Corey under his wing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be curious to hear someone talk about I
need some lore.
What's the intent? But nonetheless, they formed the greatest tag team since DX and the Brothers of Destruction.
Pretty much.
Because
Corey and
Mike Myers just start killing people.
And then Corey at one point is like, you know what? To hell with you, Michael Myers. I'm Michael Myers.
Yeah, well, so, all right.
That's way later in the movie.
So while all this is happening, Allison's falling harder for Corey because at this point, I mean, Corey's got a little swag to him. He kills, he gets confident.
She falls in love with him the minute she sees him. And I'm talking.
Yeah, well,
she's down bad.
Listen, she did not want to go to the Halloween party alone, and she didn't.
True.
Okay.
The whole thing is because she didn't want to go to a Halloween party alone,
Listen,
and her ex-boyfriend is a cop named Doug.
There was, 6 people in that? There were 8 people in that theater, and I think probably all 8 thought he was having a seizure on the dance floor, which...
I mean, it's incredible. Some of these scenes are...
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a few... It happens at least 3, I think 2 or 3 times where it just kind of turns into like a music video. I like the one song. I'm going to find out what that was called so I can
in the
whenever they're riding the motorcycle without helmets.
Oh yeah.
You know, this kid almost
she's biting his ear basically.
This Corey guy almost gets hit by a car twice throughout the film, I think.
I mean, one of them happens literally 12 hours after he meets.
All I'm saying is that if I had that much luck or bad luck with cars, that many close calls, I'd wear a helmet while I'm riding a motorcycle.
Yes, I would agree.
But
I'm also going to say that him and Allison have a full-on married argument, probably approximately 26 hours into their relationship.
Well, so the thing with Allison is that she's with her grandma. Her grandmother's gotten better. Laurie Strode's kind of doing her own thing here, and all her friends and her parents they're all they all got iced. So
True.
Really it's only her grandma.
There's no one left.
It's really only her grandma keeping her there. So I think that kind of fuels things. And then what happens is that Grandma Laurie Strode gets suspicious of Corey because she sees Michael in his eyes. Don't ask me how. And that kind of drives a wedge, and Allison's like, I can leave.
True. The other thing is, though, that the dad of the child that Corey accidentally killed, He also said that he pulled over and saw Corey walking on the side of the street. They show a quick scene with Corey looking into the car to like say hi to him, but he just kind of stares at him and he's like, "I saw Michael
Well,
Myers."
say I think I want to say with 95% confidence it was the same outfit he had on in the bar, but Corey had the thing on his hand, so the bandage. But
He did. Oh yeah. By the way, Corey meets Allison in the hospital where
Yeah.
she's working after he shatters a glass bottle in his hand.
yeah, but if you're at this point, I pray to God you've seen the movie because
Yeah, I mean, I would.
I
hope.
pray to God because we're.
I mean, if you're just looking for a
this
synopsis
isn't
on the movie,
spoilers.
I mean, you're kinda
I'm
getting
actually. I'm gonna pull it up on Peacock so I can just go side by side, a little commentary.
Actually, after we're done talking, we're just gonna show the movie in this YouTube
Yeah.
video. We're gonna get copyrighted. That's
Yeah,
fine.
that's right. But
We'll take the strike. first release.
I don't know. I think that'd be like 3 strikes and you're out right away.
Oh my
But-
god. Oh yeah, they
all
would
right.
be like, get off the platform.
Corey, Allison, they're kind of falling for each other. Corey's getting way more aggressive. He kills the high schoolers that were picking on him. Well, actually, that's towards the end.
Well, actually, so
I jumped
he
too
gets
far ahead.
confronted by the high schoolers walking home.
I was gonna say, well,
was it from the
yeah,
party?
this we
Yeah.
jumped past this already. This was
Yeah,
whenever.
and the high schoolers throw him off a bridge. Literally throw him off a bridge.
No, he fell.
Yeah, okay.
I listened to the kid.
That's true. You know what? Do we believe the kid who has the rich dad?
No,
Okay, so yeah, he got thrown off of a bridge,
And that's
he
where-
landed there, and that's how he got
Michael and the
in
hobo.
the same area of Michael Myers and the hobo.
Yeah.
So now after all this is done,
And then I talked about like knowing the geography of the place, but earlier in the film they show Allison, she gets pulled over and she's on the bridge, and they pan down, they show the sewer, and it's like, I should
Correct.
probably remember these
pay attention
details.
to that. Should probably pay attention
Yeah,
to that sewer.
I take a note.
My thing is, are you telling me Michael Myers lived in that sewer for 4 years?
I think it's
Or 1 year, I guess.
no before, unless they do a movie in between.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay,
2018.
so the when he killed the kid, it was 1 year later, and then
Right.
it was Halloween night 2023.
2022.
Or whatever. 2022.
Halloween 2018 was in 2018.
Yes.
So 2018 to
Okay, yeah,
2022.
no, that makes sense. Okay, I got you.
Unless they want to do
Yes,
like
you're
a
right.
Halloween,
So
somewhere
Michael
between
lived in
kills
that
and-
sewer for 4
Yeah.
years.
You know
Okay,
what thought
cool.
I had? You remember in Batman Dark Knight Rises? Or, Dark Knight Rises? They send all the cops into the
Absolutely, I know
sewers.
Dark Knight Rises. Yes, they
They
do.
take everyone that's ever looked at a police officer. They send them. If they had done that, there'd be no Mike Myers. That's all I'm saying.
You know, this is a good point. What if we have a crossover between
No.
Batman and Michael Myers
I-
movies?
I did not
Halloween.
suggest that at all.
Halloween Batman.
I was not suggesting that.
You heard it here first, folks.
All right, so then throughout the way, Corey sees that the doctor guy's kind of being a meanie poo to his girl Allison, so he
Correct.
goes and kills. He kills the doctor,
He straight up, like, that's his first, like,
bags his head,
he
suffocates him.
straight up takes a knife and stabs him in the neck.
This
like,
is-
approximately 30
This
times.
I think that's the first one with intent, right?
That's the first one, and then he gets his hand stomped in the door
Well,
by the lady.
so if we're putting them in order, it's the kid, and then it's
Kid
the hobo.
Kid hobo doctor.
No, kid hobo, and then you see more intent because then he brings the Doug, the police officer dude, to Mike. And
This
him
is
and Mike
true.
do the 2-on-1. They kill him, and he's like, "Teach me what to do. You teach me,
You're right. He does kill Doug, or he
He kills.
assists
but
in the murder of Doug.
It's escalating. That's the thing.
Doug is Allison's ex, by the way. I think we
He's kind of he's something.
he's a Chad cop that thinks he can get what he wants. That's all.
He definitely keep your hands at 10 and 2 if he
Yeah.
pulls you over.
yeah. Exactly.
And then, all right. So then we get the doctor. He straight up murders the doctor. Mike Myers gets the assist on the mistress.
Correct. Well, Mike Myers, no, he doesn't get the assist on the mistress. He straight up
Yeah, I
murders
mean
her.
he gets
pins her to a painting with
yeah.
a knife.
Well, yeah, I was gonna, it's a painting. Like at least in the original Halloween, they pinned a guy to the wall, so it's like, all right, you can maybe believe it. If you pin someone through a painting to stab them through the chest, like, sorry, I don't need the MythBusters to tell me that that's not going to work.
It's true. I also thought about that when he left her hang there. I was like, how's that knife holding her up?
Yeah, I think you audibly laughed in the theater.
I audibly laughed at many of the kills. Like I said, like
Well, I was gonna say,
some of the.
any-
I know it's all special effects, so I'm like kind of. I always look at it and I'm like okay, that one was pretty fun. The funniest kill in the whole movie. Do you know what the funniest kill in the whole movie was to me?
Funniest kill in the whole movie to you.
I mean, I laughed for like a solid 2
here's
minutes.
okay. So it's I'm assuming it's a point we've gotten to already in our discussion.
It is not.
All right. Well,
It's towards the end of the film.
is it whenever Corey's? I think it's supposed to be like his stepdad. Whenever he gets shot by the high school dude.
No, that one was kind of funny though, because I thought to myself when that happened, I was like, "Oh, that kid has some dead eye aim," but he completely just aimed at the dad.
Yeah, I mean, he was aimed at Mike Myers behind him, and Dad's like stands up and yells, "No, don't shoot!" Which, not a great strategy.
Yeah, it's not. Let me stand in front of the guy.
The funniest kill for you.
Funniest kill. Do you want me to tell you?
Is it the one whenever the
like it is a clear winner?
It's whenever the radio DJ gets his tongue cut off.
100%.
That
was the
goes
funniest
around
kill
on
ever.
the record.
Corey is on his killing spree at the end of the movie.
We'll get
to it.
Corey kills the doctor. Michael kills the mistress, and then at this point, Lori and Allison are like done with each other. I think.
Correct.
So then Corey's just like, "All right, we're leaving the night. I'm killing all these people before we go. This is Halloween night now."
Yep.
So
I'm going to go do some dirty work for Michael.
He baits the high schoolers to the junkyard where he works.
He baits them so good,
and he just murders them all. Pretty good.
He what's he do? So the first kid, he just
drumstick
gouges his eye out.
Drumstick.
Drumstick right in the eye. He's the drummer in the band. Drumstick right in the eye. The second girl gets ran over as they're trying to climb the fence. She gets straight up.
One gets stuck.
Yeah, she gets run over by the she's like behind a fence. Corey runs over the fence and she's trapped under the fence.
How did the other chick die?
He whacks the other chick with that giant
ratchet
mechanic wrench.
Okay, and then
he blow torches the
the bully.
Oh my god, he blow torches the
band bully.
Mouth. Oh my gosh, that was
the one who
fantastic.
can't change a tire.
I also loved that kill. That was a good one.
It was something, and then the chick that's trapped is watching on as he gets burned, and then he just comes over and gives her the good old Seth Rollins curb stomp.
Yeah, that's right. He just freaking mutilates her face, like boom.
And then he
one stomp.
After this, he's like, "All right, I hate the radio."
He's like, I remember. Well, his whole thing was throughout the movie. He was like, I used to come here and just chill out on top of the building and take watch of the town for fun.
Was it okay?
Like when he was depressed after he killed the kid, he would go up there and just kind of look over the town and have fun. You were maybe.
I was probably asleep. We both watched.
Anyway,
we both watched this tonight a few hours ago. Yes, I watched it. I watched it on Peacock before.
Yes, correct.
I was waiting for it to be like, oh, it's the evil radio signal. You know, it's if you play the Beatles song backwards, it says
Helter Skelter.
Yeah. I was waiting for it to be one of those. It wasn't.
It was not.
And then
but he goes in to this radio place that he liked to sit on top of the building and look over the town, and he goes in and ices the receptionist, and goes and takes the DJ and smacks his face off of his power, I don't know, his electrical board 10 times. The dude's face is completely unrecognizable. He has teeth falling out of his head.
Cuts his tongue off.
And then he proceeds to take out scissors and cut the guy's tongue off, where then the tongue falls onto the record player that is currently playing music over the radio. And so the thing is skipping over the needle of the record player is skipping over the tongue every few seconds. It was hilarious.
So that had a neat little payoff too. Whenever Allison's in her car and the radio keeps skipping, she's like, "What?"
Yes, she's like, "What's going on here?" So it had good continuation into the next scene.
Okay, so then at this point, Corey's like, "I'm gonna go kill Laurie Strode."
Yes.
But we cut to Laurie, and seems like she's going to kill herself.
She makes it seem like she has finished her memoir. She lays it in front of her, and then she pulls out a gun, calls in a suicide to 911, correct?
Calls in the suicide. She shoots a pumpkin, and it looks like she's dead. And that Corey comes out to check, and that's when she puts two in Corey.
You thought I was going to kill myself?
She puts two, You really thought I was going to kill him? She puts two into Corey.
Yep. Well, she puts one in the pumpkin, two in Corey. He falls down the stairwell, I guess.
He falls through the banister.
Yeah.
One in the pumpkin, two in Corey, two in the wall.
Yep, two in the wall.
Okay.
She empties her clip, her clip. She empties the revolver. There's a 5-shot revolver. She empties the revolver and then makes it clear that she wants to just straight up.
Yeah.
She's like, "Go ahead if you're."
I was gonna say she starts taunting him.
Yeah. She's
and
like, do it.
So another plot point in this movie is that Allison's car has a banged up muffler, And for some reason, it just never gets fixed. So at this point, Allison's been looking for Corey all night. She goes back home. They hear the muffler, and Corey's like, "She's mine. If I can't have her." And then he proceeds to stab himself in the throat neck area.
Yes. Yeah, that was a good one too. Actually,
It was certainly a shock. At this point, he shows up wearing the Mike Myers mask.
Yes,
So he thinks
Oh yeah, he shows up.
the Michael
he's full
Myers
on,
mask.
He's turned.
He's not.
He is turned.
He's not going around yelling "groovy baby."
That is correct. He's not doing that. He shows up as Michael Myers. By the way, he does have a confrontation with Michael Myers in the sewer before he goes on this rampage, where he basically fights Michael for the mask.
That whole thing was so weird. I don't know.
It was weird because you didn't really see the fight because you were watching it through the sewer.
You know what it is? It takes 4 years to recover from the pitchfork stabbing. I think it was a 4-pronged pitchfork. I think that's 1 year per prong. So math checks out.
Anyway, so he stabs himself. Corey stabs himself in the neck, and as he does that, lo and behold, who walks in the door? Alex.
Well, actually, before she does that, before she walks in the door, it's my favorite thing ever. Whenever someone is stabbed in anything, they have some sort of sharp object. You don't pull it out.
No, but they do.
And you especially don't pull it out if you're going to frame yourself for murder, which Laurie Strode,
Correct.
who should be smarter than this, just pulls a knife
She
out.
yanks it right out.
Granddaughter walks
She's like,
in,
"Oh,
and it
shoot.
very much
That
looks
shouldn't
like
have happened."
very much looks like she just murdered him.
Yeah, pretty much. And so then we come to Allison being like, "I hate you," and then she leaves.
Yep.
She's like, "How dare? Why would you do that? He was my long lost. He was the love of my
Yeah.
life. You met him 4 days ago.
Yeah.
He was the love of my life." And so it's a major character arc
and then
point for Allison.
And then so at this point, with Corey down and out, you got to tag in your partner. So here comes Mikey Myers.
Here comes Michael. Michael comes in. The door's open. She realizes, or Laurie realizes.
Yep.
She goes, locks the door, grabs a knife, and she's waiting for him to turn the corner.
She puts a little
Yes.
What's the thing you throw on the ground and they pop? You know what I'm talking about?
Wait, what?
They're like the little.
Talking about poppets?
No. They're like they make more like almost like a dynamite or like a gun type sound, not like something you throw on the ground.
I don't know. Did she use?
She puts something in the microwave and starts it for like a minute, and then Mike's about to get her in the microwave. The thing in the microwave explodes, distracts him. It's really contrived.
So they have a full-on. It is Laurie versus Michael fight, and this is where Michael's supernatural abilities come into play because he survives a shit ton.
No, I disagree.
Are you sure? Because he takes a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think they both take a lot, though.
I mean, that's true.
I don't think
he takes.
I mean, he was pretty weak there towards the end.
Oh yeah, definitely.
To me, the most unrealistic part is whenever he has his hand sliced in half and he's still able to choke her out.
That's exactly what I'm talking
about.
about.
But I mean, in terms of that, I mean, I don't think it's just some punches and some throws and some knife slits and then.
So yeah, the way it comes to the end is what she pins his one hand to the table.
One hand gets pinned down.
She then pins his other hand to the table, both with knives.
Puts a refrigerator on him.
Never in my life would I have thought that the Michael Myers character would be killed by a refrigerator.
Did you ever see?
But that happened.
Have you seen the original trailer for Revenge of the Sith?
Maybe.
So one of the changes they made, at the end. Spoilers for Revenge of the Sith if you haven't seen it. 17 years ago. So he's on the.
Yeah, it's your fault if you haven't seen it at this point. It's the second.
Vader's on the table, and he tells Vader to rise, right? And his hands are down by his side, right in the movie. In the original trailer, his hands they're up, like he's got his hands folded. And he looks like he's a teenage girl screaming. They're up by his shoulders. His arms are folded up, and all the fans were very upset. The way Michael Myers is on this table somehow looks. You go find that trailer. The way Mike Myers is on this kitchen countertop looks
similar.
Looks worse than that.
Worse than that.
I mean, you can tell that you know what, though? He's in real pain. Like, I thought it looked interesting. He's convulsing. He's shaking.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really good scene, actually. So Michael's pinned to the table. He's got the refrigerator laying on top of him, and then you're like, okay, he's done. And Laurie's going to kill him. So she stabs him like 2 or 3 times.
Slits his throat.
Slits his throat.
And he's bleeding out. And
it's basically done. And then he's like, you know what? Screw you. And he rips his one hand through the one knife.
Yep.
So it completely splits his hand in half. And then he starts choking her out with the split in half hand.
And then,
this is the part that I was talking about.
Compared to Halloween Kills.
It's not the knives in the hand. I mean, people.
Compared to Halloween Kills, the supernatural is non-existent.
Oh no, absolutely not. But there is that, like, the split hand. I was I was like, what the heck? And so yeah, he's choking her out, and then what? Allison comes in. Is this the point where
Yeah,
Allison
Allison
comes
gets
in?
the call from Brackett, whatever his name is, and she turns around.
Yes.
It doesn't make a whole bunch of sense in my opinion.
Yeah,
And
she gets the call that
she saves
Lori's going to kill herself, but then she shows up and she's killing
Oh,
Myers.
okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Okay, I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah, no, they get the call. They were like, "Hey, your grandma just
Called in
a suicide."
Okay.
And she was like, "Oh my god."
Okay, I like it. But at this point, I mean, at this point, nothing matters. Michael's dead.
Michael was on death row right now. He's on
Corey
death's doorstep.
got iced by Mike. He finished
Correct.
the deal. So we think if they wanted to do a Halloween, JKLOL Halloween continues with Corey, they could do it. I think.
They could. They could patch him up.
So at this point, I told Mitch, I said, you're not going to predict how this film ends. It's certainly not that far out.
I did not.
So at this point, they show up, and I guess you could call it police brutality. I don't know. They're like, we're gonna tie Michael to the top of a car, and we're going to take care of him. And the one guy's like,
We're gonna have a 5-mile long procession through Hagenville, Indiana, wherever it's called. Haddonfield. And then we're going to straight up have a funeral procession. Everyone's going to show up, and we're going to drive to the place where Corey worked.
The junkyard.
Yes, it was a junkyard, which had a scrap metal grinder. And they were like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to drive Michael Myers' body there, and we're going to throw him into the wood chipper. And this is magnificent. By the way, before that, Michael Myers is still, when Allison shows up, she actually slits the wrist of Michael Myers, which leads him to die.
At this point, nothing matters.
And by the way, through all this, you never get a clean look at Michael Myers' face, which I still love.
Yeah,
I was so glad they didn't reveal his face. Like, obviously, you saw scars on his face and his patchy beard.
Looks like a wannabe Santa Claus.
Pretty much. I mean, it was very, very scrawny, like whatever looking guy. Like he's been through a minute. But they take him through the town. They throw him through the freaking scrap metal grinder,
and that's it. That's it.
That's the movie.
They hint towards Lori and the detective guy the sheriff guy getting together.
Yeah.
And then they end the film with cutting the scenes of the house with some breathing, like the first one. Only that's a lot more ominous because it's Michael breathing.
And in this one, Lori has his mask just laying on the mantle or whatever.
Some people have nice centerpieces for their tables. Some
no.
fake fruit, perhaps.
No. We don't want that.
All right, so here's my thing. I think what works really well is the stuff whenever it's just Corey, whenever he's doing his thing and he's kind of turning more to the dark side. And then every now and then something comes in to remind you it's a Halloween movie, whether it's Allison or Laurie Strode.
Yes.
And, if it was me, I would say, hey, let's take this. Let's figure out how we can rewrite it ever so slightly and just make it about a young man, whatever, who has this horrible accident with the killing of this kid it happens to him, and he just progressively goes further and further down this path. I think that would be much more of an interesting story to me.
Almost like they started it like they wanted to have Corey get passed off or get the torch passed to him.
I was gonna say it's very much set up to be like Corey's the next one.
I agree
and then,
that it's definitely possible to probably resurrect Corey in some way if he has the supernatural abilities of Michael Myers.
They resurrected.
They
resurrected Brackett from the. I think it was Brackett. I don't think his name is Brackett, but nonetheless, they resurrected the cop guy from the first one.
You talking about the guy that is with Lori at the end? Frank.
Yeah, okay. So
is his name Frank? Yeah.
Sure, they resurrect. Yeah.
Is it Frank Brackett?
I don't think it's Frank Brackett. Do you remember in the original Halloween, whenever?
Yeah.
Remember the original Halloween, there's a blonde
Vaguely.
chick that is topless, and then Mike comes in with the ghost. He's pretending to be her boyfriend, who's also named Michael. And he has the sheet on and the glasses, and it's like the most ridiculous kill. That was, I believe that was Annie Brackett. And her dad is the old dude that showed up in Halloween Kills at the hospital, if you remember.
That makes sense.
Nonetheless.
Yes, I remember that.
Nonetheless. They brought Frank back. They brought back the groundskeeper, the older lady who had the glass light or whatever shoved in her neck. She can't speak now.
Yeah, dude. I don't know how she survived.
Corey.
Oh, my God.
Corey could be back in a heartbeat.
I thought she was dead for sure. If she could survive, Corey could definitely survive.
But
you know what? There is room to open up.
They say it's certainly not obvious.
It's not out of the picture.
But, I think this works better if it's just a horror film and it's not tied to anything. And obviously you have to do some sort of Oh, I mean, I think I'd be willing to bet that this was an original script or original idea that they kind of pigeonholed
Yes.
Halloween, Michael Myers, and whatnot into.
So here comes the $1 million question. Can you either A, put them the new trilogy, rank them in an order, or can you give them each a score out of 10?
I think I'd want to go back and really rewatch the first two.
Rewatch the
I
first
did.
two.
I did
That's
rewatch
fair.
the Dead Meat kill counts. Shout
Yes.
out Dead Meat on YouTube. Those are nice little ways to if you ain't got the time and you want you want the breakdown, you want to see some of the violence, you want some behind the scenes stuff. Those I love that channel so much.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
they just recounted all the Chucky movies. So
Did
they did those kind of towards
like
the beginning.
all of them?
Yeah. And then he did a recount where he goes into more behind the scenes stuff and more detail and updated some things and all the
I've never watched Dead Meat, so I'll have to
Child's
watch it.
Play 1, 2, 3, Bride of Chucky, Call of Chucky, Seed
Yeah.
of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, and then they finished it with the season 1 kill count
the
for the
Chucky
Chucky TV
show.
show. I watched episode 2, season 2 today, and I think it's not bad.
It's not
I
bad.
hope you like.
I haven't seen the first season, so
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen an episode yet. I mean, could you go into that blind, or do you need like a lot of the movies beforehand?
They explained some of it in the first season. Some of it I think I could probably just
Because
explain.
I've only seen Child's Play 1,
That's like
Bride of Chucky, and Seed of Chucky.
if you watch Cult and
Kurt.
Kurt. If you watch Cult of Chucky and Curse of Chucky, I think you'd be ready to watch season 1.
All right.
There,
Maybe I'll do
yeah,
that.
there's maybe one character you need to know from Child's Play 2. It doesn't
Alright, that's
matter.
fair. So there's some tie-ins.
Yeah, I was gonna say Don Mancini. He's a guy with a lot of ideas, and it's interesting. But yeah, I recommend that. I recommend the Dead Meat channel.
Gotcha.
Halloween. I don't know. I don't want to call Halloween Ends a Halloween movie. I don't know why. I think I have to put it last. I mean,
It has the least amount of Michael
yeah,
Myers in it.
and like I don't know that's a. I know at the beginning earlier we talked about how the idea wasn't for it to be centered around Michael, but
Correct.
I mean the fact of the matter it is.
It is. It
I
is.
mean I liked how I enjoyed Halloween Kills because it was Michael just going around killing people that weren't Laurie Strode. Like
True.
he's
That's like the
he's
whole
doing his
movie.
thing, because he's not tied to Laurie in any way, shape, or form, which is I enjoy that because I think, like I said, I think Laurie could be anyone.
Yes.
So I mean, I don't know. I guess I'd probably just put them in order right now. Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends.
Put them in order right now.
I don't.
I just watched Halloween and Halloween Kills in the last 2 days. And having only seen Halloween Ends once now, which I'll probably end up watching it again in the next week. I'll probably just throw it on Peacock in the background or something, watch it again. Halloween 2018. It's probably because it has so many similar aspects to the original that I like it so much. So it's probably my favorite of the three right now. Halloween Ends, I would say, is in second, above Halloween Kills, only because I feel Halloween Kills. I don't know. I don't want to say it disconnects from the storyline, because it doesn't. It's great. It literally is a continuation from Halloween 2018.
See, Halloween Ends to me is a horror film. It's not a Halloween film. Obviously, Mike Myers, Laurie Strode, the granddaughter, they're all there. You're in
If I was
Haddonfield.
ranking these in terms of Halloween films, I think I'd put Halloween Kills first. I'm dead serious.
I don't believe what.
I'm dead serious. It's just Michael Myers killing people.
Yeah,
That's the whole movie.
I mean it shows though like what a town would do like if they're paranoid in the moment. And that's what I like.
No, true.
So I mean I don't know. I guess Ghost at this point you already know what happened. You're not gonna listen at
Yeah,
this
true.
point in the review discussion. You're not sitting there thinking, hey, I should go see it because we just described the whole
We
movie.
just literally laid out the whole. It's been an hour when I'm recording here. It's been an hour and 4 minutes.
Yep.
And we have probably talked about Halloween Ends for at least 40 of them.
I'd say 50. I feel like we moved on pretty quick at the beginning.
I mean,
Our cold
we
open
did-
was
we-
not very cold.
We were snappy.
Our cold open was not as cold as Jeremy getting iced.
Yeah. Our cold open was like, "Welcome to Bear With Me, episode 1."
Yeah. Hey, Mitch, how are you?
Yeah. How's it going?
But
Oh man.
any final thoughts on Halloween Ends?
I don't have much on Halloween Ends right now. I mean, I think we pretty much hit.
I
We
thought the
hit
actor that did Corey, solid job.
No, he did
I
well.
also did see that. I think I could have this wrong, so don't crucify me. I want to say David Gordon Green, the producer and one of the writers, director. I want to say I saw him put out a quote where it's like, yeah, a lot of editing is like that's really where you hone people's performances in. So maybe there's takes out there where this guy that plays Corey is all over the place and he's able to hem it down. Maybe that's what he was talking about.
Sure.
I don't know, but nonetheless, it comes across real well.
Yeah,
I think Corey's believable. I think if you could cut out some of the Halloween stuff and add some more in with him, make it more about him, that you could buy the transformation more easily.
yes.
But I mean, I guess go see it.
I need more background between with the interactions between Corey and Michael. But other than that,
You almost need. I mean, right now it's a film that takes place Halloween night 2018. Another one that takes place Halloween night 2018 into
Yep.
the morning
a
next
cold
morning,
open that happens in Halloween 2019.
and then 3 years of nothing.
And then
even
3
that
years
cold
of
open. I mean,
nothing.
you pretty much have 4 years of nothing. So I mean,
Correct.
maybe that, you know what? I hope they don't listen because they might just do that. They might say, "Hey, Halloween continues. Halloween."
I'm ready for Halloween Begins next
Yeah.
year with Corey as the
It's
killer.
like
which I can honestly see.
It's like when they made Lion King 1.5. They're just going to make one and place it right in the middle.
And I'd hate to say it, but it's definitely possible. Definitely, they left the door open for other movies.
I don't have anything else on Halloween Ends.
Nothing else on Halloween Ends? Do you have anything else for this episode?
Well,
Do we want to talk about anything?
I think this time next week we will have seen, or we will have plans to see Black Adam,
Oh yeah.
starring our hero Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Do you think episode 2 is going to be Black Adam, or are we going to do another episode between?
We
then
go
and
with the
now?
flow.
All right,
There's a
fair
chance that you and I.
enough. Put it this way: Black Adam movie. What's it called? I guess review.
It's
Episode
gonna happen.
Will be
It's
coming
gonna
out
happen.
very soon. Within a few days of the movie dropping.
There's a
probably.
chance that you and I, after this, we're both going to stop. We're going to stop recording, and then we say, "Hey, let's talk about this," and then we record
That's
episode 2
probably
right
true.
away.
That's
Episode
we have a
2
lot to talk
right
about. We
away.
have a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
But
we'll
yeah, I mean, if you got nothing else, we can
Adam?
wrap up. We can wrap up episode 1 if you have nothing else to talk about.
How you feel about Sunday? Steelers lose by how many?
Even with all the injuries, I'm gonna say we lose by 10.
I'm going to say Steelers either win by 2 touchdowns or we lose about like 45-10. So,
I don't think we lose worse than the Bills game, but it has potential
I
to
mean,
be that bad.
the Buccaneers are not a better team than the Bills, but with all the injuries, I mean, at least we had Minka. At least we had Levi Wallace. I don't know. We had.
Maybe we carry this full. Maybe we do a full Steelers address in episode 2. Maybe if you're listening to episode 1 right now and you're like, "Dang, I need some more content," go to episode 2 and maybe we'll talk about
We haven't even
Steelers.
recorded episode. We're not even done with
That's
episode
right.
1.
That's right.
All I'm saying is,
I'm just putting it out there.
is, with the state of the status of Steelers injuries, if you are any athlete out there that has seen a football field in your life, your phone should have your ringer on because Omar Khan, GM of the Steelers, might be calling.
That's right. You will be the next.
Yeah,
Matt
I'm
Canada.
gonna say you're going to be out there covering Chris Godwin.
Oh my
You
God.
versus Mike Evans, TB12 throwing the ball. I hope you know what quarters defense is.
Oh my God.
But-
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be good, but that's just the whole season in my eyes right now. So
Mitch, I think this is a good time to end episode 1 because right now
I think you're right.
Sheamus is going for banger after banger after banger
Yeah.
after banger.
It's we're approaching the end of Friday Night SmackDown. I think what does it end at 10?
Yep.
Yeah, so we're approaching. We got 15 minutes left in the show right now. Sheamus is
Mitch,
belting a guy.
Mitch, make your plugs.
All right, so if you want to hear more from myself, go ahead and check out the Coffee King podcast on YouTube. First episode out right now. We talk about the MLB postseason. Go ahead, like, subscribe, comment what you want to talk about. Do whatever you got to do. Like and subscribe to this channel right now. Bear with me.
Yeah, this is the Bear With Me pod. We'll get better at these reviews. Maybe
Exactly.
when we see Black Adam, we won't tell you every plot detail. But
Exactly.
you know what? We're along for the journey, and thank you for bearing with me.